free to get up and leave if you'd like. I'm going to take a few more questions. And I promise this will be over by 7. It's past that witching hour. We should also thank the police officers that are taking time to do this. And that quiet up there. Yes, sir.
Pat Conzagio, you just vented your frustrations about the Senate. Let's repeal the 17th Amendment and make it unavailable to the states.
Yeah. Yeah, the bill talks about the 17th Amendment, where before the 17th Amendment, the senators were elected by this state within the General Assembly. And so we really had indirect representation as we elected our senators. But as a result, before the 17th Amendment, the U.S. senators were much more tuned about states' rights and about keeping that balance of power in the states' hands. And now with direct election, the argument is, and it's not what I disagree with, it's kind of unleashed the U.S. Senate to be the same thing we are in the People's House, and has grown government significantly. If you look at it statistically, about when the 17th Amendment was passed. Next. I already asked a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let's have someone who didn't have a chance to ask a question, Terry. He switched quadrants.
Yes, Representative Rokita, you commented about Representative Ryan's plan, and that was treated by mainstream media with grandma being thrown off the wheelchair. On the other hand, the Obama care plan took $500 to $800 billion out of Medicare, plus established those people in the presidential panel, which will make bureaucratic decisions. I'd appreciate your comments on that and how we really don't see that information about the Medicare cuts in the Obama's plan and the presidential commission really getting out there effectively to the population.
There are cuts in the president's plan that is now law, what we call Obamacare. There are severe Medicare cuts. They don't have the courtesy of waiting 10 years and letting people adjust. Again, our plan doesn't really cut it, just moves it into a competitive assurance-based system that no one can be excluded from. You get to pick. But there are severe cuts that start, if they haven't already, they're within a year or two. And I think, I wasn't there for the past of Obamacare, and even if I was, I probably wouldn't have time, wasn't allowed the time to study it. But you ramp up the taxes first, and then you come in with cuts, and then the services, and then it's really the later years that it really kind of implodes and not sustainable. That's the only information I can give you at this point. So if you want a detailed list of all the Medicare cuts, I'll provide that, but I can tell you I don't know what they are exactly.
I just don't think the information is getting out to the public from the side of the
If you're in charge of an agency, the last thing you're going to say is, the cuts are coming. So I take that as my responsibility.